Hey gang, Jerry here. In today's video we're going to do a full review on TenPoint's Titan M1 Crossbow. Now this is a crossbow kit that I just purchased. It's the rope sled kit. The kit came with 3 sets of broadheads, the Pro Elite crossbow bolts, of course quiver, and the crossbow itself. And I'll leave a link in the description below on how I ordered this kit. What we're going to do today is go over the specifications. We're going to shoot the bow through the chronograph and see what kind of speed we're getting with the bolts that come with the kit. And then we're going to move the target out to 50 yards and see what type of group we get with this setup. So with these specifications, the length of this bow is 32.5 inches. Axle to axle, uncocked is 14 inches, but when the bow is cocked, this bow is only at 9 inches width at axle to axle. Power stroke is 14 inches. The weight of the bow is 6.4 pounds, and it is rated up to 370 feet per second, but it does say that that's using the Pro Light carbon arrow at 370 grains. I'm actually going to weigh the bolts and the 100 grain tips come with the bolts and show you and tell you how much this actually bolt weighs, and then we'll shoot it to the chronograph and see what kind of speed we get. Let's see, and the draw type, of course, it's a forward draw. And like I said, this is the rope sled kit. You can get the AccuDraw, but it's about $100 extra price point. So I just decided to go with the rope sled. So with the specifications out of the way, what we'll do is we'll set the bow up, we'll set the chronograph, and we'll see what type of speed we get through the chronograph. So stick around. Okay, so we have our target set up, we have our chronograph on, and the bow is all set up, ready to go. We'll see what type of speed we get with the bolts that come with your kit. Again, it comes with 100 grain practice tips. So safety off. .338 feet per second. So obviously considerably slower than the 370 that the bow is capable of, but that is with a much lighter arrow. And typically your hunting arrows weigh a little bit more, but you get more kinetic energy. We'll set it up and shoot one more arrow through the chronograph and kind of see what our average is. Okay. All right, gang. This is number 2 through the chronograph to see what our average is. .338 again, so pretty safe to say that it's shooting 338 feet per second. Now the scope that comes with the crossbow is kind of nice. It actually has a feet per second dial on it, so it's like a zoom, but it's not a zoom. So what you do is, now once you know that your feet per second and you have it sighted in 20 yards, you can actually turn this dial to the speed that the bow is shooting, and it should set your points out to 20, 30, 40, 50 yards automatically. So we'll actually dial this right just below 340 feet per second, and now our bow actually should be sighted in all the way out to the far ranges. But what we'll do now is we'll move the target back to 50 yards. I'll do a 3-shot group, and then we can see how tightly this bow can shoot as far as the grouping goes. All right, gang. So important note, I have my little scale out that measures in grains, and measuring the bolts that come with the kit with the practice tips, it weighs 443 grains. So with a 440 grain arrow, you're going to be getting this feet per second out of your bow. So that's an important note, right around 340 feet per second. So have our target out to 50 yards. We have the bow set up to take another shot. We'll see what type of grouping we get at 50 yards with this bow. So here we go. Okay, that was arrow number 1. We'll set up it 2 more times and see what we get. Okay, we're set up for arrow number 2. And 1 more arrow. Okay, and arrow number 3. Let's go see how we did. All right, gang, so here's our 3-shot group, and this is at 50 yards. And we're shooting off of a rest. And these two, obviously, the fletchings are actually touching each other. Now, this one could be me, might be the bow, but crossbows, they're usually really accurate. So obviously these two are right next to each other. So very good grouping at 50 yards. So overall, I'm pretty happy with that. So what we'll do, we'll pull these arrows, we'll go back to the bench, and then I'm going to give you my full thoughts of the bow. I'll give you the pros, I'll give you the cons, and my overall recommendation. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, gang, well, there you go. Went over the specifications of the bow. We're getting 338 feet per second, shooting it through the chronograph with the bolts that come with the kit. It had a really nice group at 50 yards. That first arrow was probably me, but yeah, pretty decent so far. Pros, what I like about this bow. I do like, obviously, the fact that TenPoint went to the 9-inch axle to axle on their crossbows. This bow is under $1,000, so it's very rare to see that under $1,000 bow. It's a very affordable bow. It comes with scope caps. I kind of like that. And overall, I really like the bow. Cons, even though this is kind of a lower range bow for TenPoint, I really wish it came with the string silencing system. I think if you're spending close to $1,000, they should just put that on. It's not a much added cost. But overall, my overall recommendations, would I purchase this bow again? Absolutely. I really like the bow. It cocks very easily. It shoots very smoothly. The scope is very nice. And as you can see, I do have a small adjustment to do on this sight. It was shooting a little bit left, but that's because I'm not finished sighting in the bow. So I'm very happy with this bow. If you like this video and you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate it, and hit that thumbs up button. I really need the get the traction on the video if you like it. Also, at the end of this video, I do have the unboxing and assembly of this bow. If you want to check that out, there'll be a link on the at the end of this video. And that's about it for this one. So remember, gang, if you put your mind to it, you can do anything. All right, gang, take care. See ya.